Yeah. Hi, Aditya. How are you doing today?
Hello, Pramukh. I'm doing well. Thank you.
Yeah. So as I've told you before, this will be
Yeah,
like a 20 to 30-minute recording on
yeah,
the
sure.
topic holographic displays. And
Yeah,
we have like 10 questions for
okay.
you to answer. And just before answering those 10 questions, just give a small introduction about yourself.
Yeah, so I'm Aditya. So I'm working currently as a BIM engineer in UK here. So I'm currently working on quite a few projects actually, like the London Underground and other power station projects here in UK. Uh, I think our company is also based in US as well. So we do time to time we also have teams contacting us from US regarding some projects from the US. Yeah, that's me.
Okay. Can you also mention the name of your company and where you work?
Yeah, so I'm working with Balfour BT UK. I'm currently based in the Scotland, Glasgow office. We also have our main office back in London and quite a few places in US as well.
Okay, that sounds good. So should we just start up with the questions?
Yeah, Pyro.
Okay. So the first one is what are the main challenges in the construction industry where you believe this kind of a technology, holographic displays, plays a role or helps solve an issue?
I think there are quite a few challenges if you're considering like holographic displays. I think one of the main would be like spatial visualization, since architecture models and other MEP models and various other AC industry models are getting extremely complex, and it does require even more complex way to analyze and visualize these models. So I think holographic displays could be groundbreaking within spatial visualization as well. Apart from that, I think mainly in detecting design conflicts uh, and also enhancing like the collaborative and decision making of different teams working on this similar or a single project, I think would be very beneficial considering this holographic displays.
Okay, yeah, that's a good answer. So you mean to say clash detection also comes into that?
Yeah, I think that will also be a part of it when I say collaboration
Hmm.
of different teams, since we have like various models. During the clash detection, we have like architecture and MEP and structural models. And since we have different teams based out of various places, it's very hard and can be challenging to, have everybody on the same boat when we are doing clash detection. So that could for sure be a part of it.
Yes, so the next question, I think, Shravani, you can take.
Yeah, from your perspective, what unique value does holographic technology provide other than visualization tools do not?
Well, I think like we have seen, like I think the only things I've seen about holographic is in the movies, and like I've seen, I think a true three-dimensional representation of the model uh, without requiring any special glasses because we do use a lot of VR and AR within our office uh, to analyze different models. But I think without the glasses, it would be a true experience of three-dimensional representation. And also, I think kind of makes it hassle-free, giving us the strength to walk through around different sections of the model or, enlarging it to scale, zooming into a particular corner or something like that. I think that's a great value of how we can use this technology to our strengths.
Yeah. So the other thing, just following up with that is,
Yeah.
so what kind of projects do you think will benefit with the implementation of holographic displays? Maybe like a sector or a type of project, nothing as such.
Uh, I think it might be very, very useful when you consider projects which require very high precision, like very high precision engineering, construction, and modeling uh, could, of course, benefit from this technology. But apart from that, I would say even considering to use this for a project, this project has to be a large scale infrastructure project. It could be anything like architectural or electrical or a public design project like bridges and stuff like that. But I think mainly considering very high precision engineering uh, would really benefit from this tech.
Okay, so at what stages of construction project do you believe holographic technology could be more beneficial? Like, would it be during the initial
Mhm.
design stage, or during construction coordination, or during client presentation?
I think it's somewhere in between. I think client presentation will, of course, be useful with this technology because it's so hard for the architects or the design engineers to explain the design to a particular client who is not really well versed with the design language, and they don't really understand the depth of what we have to go through to design a particular project or a design. And I think holographic displays could be very useful to easily like help the client understand what the design engineer is thinking. So for sure, client presentations will for sure be helpful. Apart from that, like I said before, collaboration among different teams during construction phases, or clash detection meetings or model federation meetings would also be very useful with this display.
Yeah, that's correct. So, like, what do you think are the challenges to successfully implement this technology in the construction industry? So, I know that the construction industry is a sector where implementing any kind of technology is a hurdle. So, I think that's the same with any technology. So, what do you think about that?
Yeah. Uh, so first of all, of course, it will always be how much it costs. If it requires a really high initial cost of investment, it would really be a huge challenge for the industry to adopt any technology. Also, apart from that, with my experience, it's also a mindset of people to changing from a particular technology to another. That resistance is the biggest challenge within the construction industry because I've recently started working as a BIM engineer, and I can already see that in my office. There's a quite a strong resistance from changing from a traditional way of working things out and progressing it towards BIM. So, like I said, the same thing applies for your holographic display technology as well. The first thing will, of course, be the cost and the resistance to change.
Yeah. Sony, do you have
Yeah.
any question?
So, if holographic displays become available, what kind of training would be necessary for the professionals to use this technology?
Uh, it's more than training. I think there has to be it has to be compatible with the existing softwares. Like we do use Autodesk family softwares mostly. So if holographic displays are gonna be a part of the industry, it should also be reliable by softwares which are mainly used in the industry by the architects or the engineers. So first one will always be software compatibility, and also the next will be the training for all the staff members who will be using this technology, especially with troubleshooting or navigating through the 3D spaces, and also just a particular skills of like interpreting how the whole technology works, I think will be the most important training requirements for all the professionals working on this.
Okay. So do you think like this technology can improve safety in the construction process, like compared to maybe traditional ways of how safety was looked at? Or do you have any thoughts on this?
I don't know if it can improve safety, but I for sure can comment on it might be useful in identifying risks before it happens. So, I mean, that can be a part of improving safety, but it's more like off-site because most of this will be used in the offices, which before the drawings are going to the site before construction. So it will, of course, be helpful to identify the risks beforehand and also visualizing safety workouts like what would happen if a building is built this way, or basic simulation of the building, I would say, would also improve the safety, like you asked.
Okay. Well, I know you have briefly spoke about the initial cost, but then
Mhm.
could you elaborate on like how, like what role would the cost play in the adoption of this technology, and like how would companies justify this investment?
Uh, yeah, there's various ways to justify cost considering a tech in the industry. Firstly, we have to, of course, what is the potential of reduction in design errors if that's your main thing. uh, if holographic technology is going to be part of a project, how is it going to reduce uh, potential reworks of design or modification expenses or expenses of safety, like we said. So we'll have to first calculate on how it's going to be useful. And also, it also depends on if the client really wants to invest in such a technology or if he's willing to spend that much. And also, if a company is investing in it, it could also calculate its long-term savings, cost savings, considering the tech. So I think there are a few key parameters which you can consider when we talk about cost and investment.
Okay. Yeah. So like if holographic displays were made available, so
Mhm.
how do you test the effectiveness in a pilot project, and like what would be the criteria to determine that if it was successful or not? Maybe.
Yeah, so I think before it's put out in the mainstream, I'm sure that there should be a pilot project testings, and it should of course be tested with projects of multiple dimensions and complexities, just so that we know its strengths and its weaknesses. And especially, we have to evaluate how much error reduction it brings to the project, or we have to also measure the time spent on design iterations, or also analyze how well it can impact team collaboration. So various such things will have to be assessed before you push the technology into a mainstream real world project.
Okay, so then how do you
Mhm.
envision holographic displays integrating with the existing BIM data and workflows in the future? And like what could be the main challenges during
Mhm.
this integration?
Yeah, so I think, like I said before, for anybody to integrate two different techs together, there should always be a software compatibility. Like I said, we have been using Autodesk family softwares from a long time, and I think Autodesk is being used majorly over the world. It's I would say it's quite a standard family to be used in the construction industry. So the technology has to be software compatible. whether it's Autodesk or ArchiCAD or any other software. So that's the main thing, considering like integrating this to a BIM workflow. And apart from this, things like maintaining the data or ensuring real-time synchronization and basically managing all the computational requirements of the software would be very important when we consider integration to BIM.
Yeah, I think these are the 10 questions we had, and it was really nice speaking to you. And
Yeah,
yeah,
it was really
I think
nice
it was a
speaking
wonderful
to you
session.
guys as well. I wish you guys all the best with your project. I hope I could put in or bring in some value at least. But it was really nice talking to you guys too.
Yeah, thank you very much for
Thank
your
you.
time, Aditya.
Thank you. Thank you guys. All the best.
Thank you.
Thank you.